What's going on, it's your boy JP, bringing you the 20th episode of our Pixelmon survival series. So last episode, if you did not watch it, I would check it out value because I thought it was pretty cool. We ended up trading with my old account. Yes, I did in fact get my old account on through a lot of struggle and effort and traded with it so I could get myself my Gengar, my Shadow, my good old boy with the amazing set of stats, our modest, huge growth Shadow. But that's enough of what we did last episode. This episode, today, we are going to be, well, I am going to be ripping down everything right here. So, I finally decided, I always said to you guys, well, I always thought to myself, and I said to you guys last episode, I want to make sure that I have a house before episode 20 or on episode 20, just because I feel like that's starting to get too late in the series to not have a house. So I'm wanting to do that this episode, and I have no idea if you guys enjoy building or not, because I never really build on my channel and it's been a while since I've actually done an SMP. So instead of me sitting here and being like, alright, here, and or that sort of stuff, or doing a little speed montage thing using my old account, although most likely it would lag a lot, so it wouldn't really work anyway. I'm going to do a little sort of skip where I cut and then I come back. I'm like, this is my progression, so a little progression sort of thing. So this is it now, and by the next clip, most likely, unless I find something cool, I am going to, have this ripped down, and then I'm going to start building. So I guess I'll see you in a second. And just before I skip clips, I want to say I'm keeping track on this, and I'm recording this right after the last episode, so I haven't had time to AFK here. So don't you worry. But on the good note, Ditto has purple hearts. But anyway, let's get into the build. So unfortunately, I keep having endless issues and my computer's crashing and everything, but I have finally managed to clear this section out. I've kept this here just in case I can manage to build around it so I don't have to break it and make another one. But if I do, not too much of a big deal, I can just make another one, doesn't cost very much. But as you can see, I replaced everything that was over there, all the items, I moved them over and put them in all of these. I also emptied out my inventory earlier, just so I could have extra room, and I kept one over me just in case any mons attacked me, so all of these souls would go towards that. And unfortunately we haven't had any eggs here, but that doesn't matter, it'll all work out soon enough, and all my materials to build are in here. So spoiler alert, but I'm going to be putting with birchwood and netherrack, so yeah. So I have just laid out the bottom set, just the main barriers, the main dimensions of the building. So here it is. This is what it currently looks like. It took a little while just because I had to keep referring to extremely old footage and really old screenshots just because of I wanted to perfect it. I wanted to make sure everything was in the correct spot. I'm of course gonna double check it again, but I am pretty sure this is what it's meant to look like. By the way, excuse me, by the way, it does look a little bit odd now, but you just wait for it to be finished. I would splash a screenshot on the screen for you now, but I kind of want to wait so you guys can see what it look like when it is completely finished, just for a little bit of a surprise and a twist. By the way, no, I did not copy this. I have made this house design on my own, completely on my own. It's actually back from 2012, 2011. I just hopped on a creative server once and I just randomly built. You know how you just start building it, randomly just place blocks everywhere and just keep going like that. I ended up building this house and I've been using it ever since. Unfortunately, whenever I get in a SMP, I end up not uploading because of issues, or something happens and I don't end up being in the SMP anymore, so I end up, not being in it before I end up building this house. But this is a house I would have ended up building every single SMP, so yeah, hope you guys do like it. And by the way, it is huge compared to my old house. These are the dimensions of the old house. It's so small compared to it, it's so much bigger, but it's good. I like it because I'm about to fit so many things in here, and if I wanted to I could make an underground basement just so I could put little machines down there And you know, I could always add a second layer because the original build did. Unfortunately, I just never had materials in single player worlds afterwards. So the screenshots don't have the second build, but I'm sure I could replicate it off of memory. But anyway, this is it so far, and I'm just gonna add to it, and I'll see you guys when I have built up the main walls. So I have just completed the main walls of the house. So in a few seconds, I'm going to turn around. Yeah, look, blue heart, it's doing good, and show you. Aha! So here we are. By the way, I may just wait a few seconds just because I want to show the blue heart over here. But here are the main walls. By the way, this looks nowhere good as it usually does without the roof because it adds a lot more aesthetic to it. And I'm also going to be doing the floor. Usually, well, back in the day, I'd use sandstone or something like that. But I think since I have so much spruce wood left over, I may just do what I did in the other house and do it diagonally across. I mean, like, you know what I mean, just go across just because. And it does look pretty well as well, especially with the white walls and everything. But this is the inside of it, and I have a little back thing over here. I may make something out in the future, like maybe a little mini dock. Yeah, that'd actually be really cool. I'm gonna make one of those in the future. Yeah, I really do like it though, and I like where we put the house just because of I can look out here, and I just think it's a really well made house in my opinion. I'm glad I did make this up when I was younger because I've always loved reusing it over and over again, just because I think it's a really unique and pretty well house. But just so I don't keep rambling on, and just so you guys can see the progression, I'm gonna get to the next clip. But before that, I'll quickly say I'm glad that I'm doing this for another reason, because of I finally get an excuse to actually arrange all this stuff over in there. So hey, I get to do that. I've just finished putting on the roof of this bad boy. Check this out. So this is what the house is currently looking like. Look, I told you, this adds so much more aesthetic to it. I think it looks great. I don't know, I've just always loved the netherrack on this. I think it just works so well with the birchwood and this, and the only thing that I really like is this oak little fence here because of, I think, oak. It looks alright. It's just odd because of oak and then birch, so yeah, but I left oak just because it's a little bit different, and it's, you know, just you only used to be able to get oak fence back in the day, so that's what I used to use. So this is what the inside looks like, and I swear to God, no joke, whenever I go to build this house, there's always one of these things, and there's always a chest in the roof. Like, you can't see it here, but there's a chest in the roof right above one of these, and it's so annoying. Like, it happens every single time I build this place. So this is basically the final product of the house. I just need to figure out what I want to do exactly with the floor here, and then I just need to finish transferring everything spare over there. And it's honestly, I didn't even think I'd have enough materials because usually it takes ages to get the nether brick, but I ended up having some spare. Honestly though, I spent so long trying to get netherrack to get to nether brick, and I was still now thinking, I wonder if I'm even going to have enough, but luckily I did, and here's all my spare spruce wood if you're wondering where I got that from. So yeah, I actually did it. I don't have to go back to mine more netherrack, which I'm extremely glad on. But I just realized I got redstone in my inventory, so I'm gonna just ditch you real quick with the other ores. So yeah, this is it. I'm gonna go off real quick and do something with the floors, but this is pretty much what the house looks like. And I'm gonna eventually add a second layer of that, so yeah, keep that in mind. So here we have our final of the house. I have finally completed it. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but hey, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, I did the floors as spruce wood just because of I thought it looked cool. And to be honest, I like it, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I want to keep it. I may end up trying out sandstone again, just because I'm not too sure. Leave what you think in the comments below, what you think the floor should be. But anyway, I am happy with how it is. I think it looks good. The only thing is I'm gonna have to make another healing machine and transfer a bunch of things in here. I've already set up these over here just because I thought that seemed like an appropriate place. I may put a little healer between, just because I feel like that may be better than put that on top or somewhere else or anything like that, but I do really like how this looks right now. And also off screen, I'm going to move around all of this. I'm going to dump all that over there, and then I'm going to move every single last bit of this over into our area over there, our storage area. I'm going to AFK off screen a little bit just so I can try to get an egg. And you know, they're liking a little bit every more, they're liking a little bit every day. Got a little yellow heart, so that's that. I really do like how this ended up, and I'm glad that I finally bothered to build this just so I have footage, new fresh footage and new fresh screenshots when I take them in a second, just so if I ever want to build it in the future I can build it again. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video off here. I haven't checked the time, so I'm not too sure if it's early or late, but I am gonna wrap it off here just because I do feel extremely sick right now. My gut has just not been liking me for the last hour or so, so I'm gonna wrap it off. I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hope you guys do like our new house, and on that note, smash the hell out of the thumbs up down below if you have enjoyed, and I will catch you next time. Peace.
Let me get a pop when the beat goes.